Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today's another episode of First Time Moms. I just absolutely love this series and just being able to share all my experiences with you. And today I'm going to be telling you about how I found out I was having a boy. So if you want to know, just keep on watching. As many of you know, you do get your first gender ultrasound at 20 weeks, but I could not wait. I was way too anxious to find out. So we did end up going to this 3D, 4D ultrasound place, and it was in Jacksonville, Florida, and it was called Discovery Ultrasound. They are absolutely amazing. They made it such a beautiful, intimate experience for all of us that did go. And when I walked in, I had my name on a little sign and just told me to wait and fill out the paperwork. It made me feel so special. It was such an exciting time for us. I was about 15 weeks and I believe 5 days. They actually said that you can already find out from 15 to 17 weeks at that ultrasound tech. And so it was non-diagnostic, so they aren't really medically able to tell you certain things like how much the baby weighs and stuff like that, but they can tell you if it's a male or a female. I think it's super amazing, and we paid such an amazing price. I believe it was about $69 or $79, and we got to see our baby in 3D and 4D ultrasound. It was super amazing. We walked in, we had this huge screen, and I was laying down on top of the bed, and there was a huge projector, and all my family members were sitting on the couches. It was such like baby family oriented room. It was super, super personal. I absolutely loved it, and I loved it. So at first he wasn't really cooperative and he was kind of hiding his male parts. At this point, we didn't know what it was. But right before we went in, my husband videotaped us all and we're all guessing what it is. I'm like, it's a boy. I know it's a boy. And yes, it was a boy. And she told me, she's like, so what does everyone think it is? And we all said what we thought. It was like, it's a boy. I know it. And she's like, Mama's intuition's always right. And it was a boy. It was super, super exciting. I did that about my 15 weeks. 15, I think 15 and 3, like I said before. But then I went in for my 20-week anatomy scan, where you're generally supposed to find out what you're having. So when you went into your 20-week anatomy scan, they're really just taking the whole anatomy of the baby, which will probably take, I think it took us like 45 minutes. They're taking of everything, every limb, every finger, eyeball, leg, knee, genital, foot, each leg. For the longest time, she couldn't find his other leg. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, why can't you find his leg? It was super, super long process. And she was very like focused on her job. But what I wanted to really get across, I had such a bad anatomy experience, because that's when you're generally supposed to find out if you're having a boy or a girl. And she was like, oh, first thing she did was put the ultrasound on my belly. And first thing she said, she's like, oh, it's a boy. She didn't even say, hey, do you guys want to guess? It was a really like bland, straightforward, not very personal. So I really didn't like it, but I'm just really excited that I was able to have that 3D and 4D ultrasound prior to having my general gender scan, because it was not a good experience. It wasn't intimate. She just blurted it out, and I really didn't enjoy it. And we were just there to see if everything was okay, measuring with the baby and all this stuff, which was really great. It was about a 45-minute procedure. You just go in there, they put the gel, put the monitor. She takes about 50 pictures of everything, and then that's it. So if you were wondering what happens at a 20-week anatomy scan, I know some doctors do it differently, where you actually speak to your doctor right there and then, but I had to wait and to speak to my doctor, which my doctor just gave me a phone call the following week and said everything came back okay, but he was hiding his face the whole entire anatomy, and we didn't get his nose and his lips and his spine. But I'm so glad that I had that 3D ultrasound before, because I was able to see everything on him and everything was okay on him, and I knew it was okay. But if I didn't know, that would have been really, really like fearful, and it would have really just been crazy, just thinking like, what, my baby doesn't have eyes or a nose, or because he was covering it. So I'm just really, really excited that I was able to get that 3D experience in. So if you can do it, and if you live locally around Jacksonville, Florida, I would definitely go check that place out. They are great, super intimate, super personable. But I did go and get my 20 anatomy scan with my regular PCM, and I did not enjoy it at all to find out my gender, but they did get the anatomy scan in. And that's really what happens at your 20 weeks. So if you have any questions down below and anything else that happens at the 20-week scan, which there's really nothing more, but if you have any questions, please let me know. Subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at StacyLeanne1, and I see you in my next video. Bye!